Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to the Tennessee Conservative News Break. Today, I'll spotlight several of our top stories for you, but before we get into that, I just want to remind you that time is running out to get your tickets to the Tennessee Freedom Summit. Cutoff time for ticket purchase is July 7th. Be sure to reserve your seat today for the Tennessee Freedom Summit. Visit TennesseeFreedomSummit.com for more details. Now let's get right into the stories for today. In national news, several Texas sheriffs and the Federal Police Foundation sued President Joe Biden and his administration for what they say is his administration's unlawful and unconstitutional policies relating to being able to remove criminal illegal immigrants from the country. The lawsuit is in response to a February 18th order that plaintiffs say commands ICE officers to violate the specific terms of federal immigration law. The interim guidelines revise how federal officers are able to arrest, detain, and deport illegal immigrants. In a related story, a member of the Republican Study Committee visited the Rio Grande Valley this week to learn about the challenges Texas is facing in one of the heaviest trafficked sectors along the state's Mexico border. Congressman Roger Williams said, "Here we have to send a message to everyone that we have to get politics out of this. It is a humanitarian crisis. It's a sovereignty crisis. We need to build the wall. We know it works." The root cause of illegal immigration, he said, wasn't because of other countries' policies, but because of Biden's policies. And if you like what we're doing here at the Tennessee Conservative, please consider donating any amount you can at TennesseeConservativeNews.com/support. For any amount you give, you'll get 2 proud Tennessee Conservative bumper stickers and a directory of your state officials that includes their contact information. And if you donate $50 or more, you'll also get a proud Tennessee Conservative stainless steel tumbler. For the next story, the National Education Association, one of the nation's top labor and teachers union, is debating whether to call for the mandatory vaccination of all children before returning to school. The organization already this week has agreed to support and lead campaigns to advance critical race theory. According to the group, up for debate is whether, quote, the NEA will call for mandatory, safe, and effective COVID vaccinations and testing for all students and staff before returning to face-to-face instruction in the fall, subject to medical exceptions in accordance with existing law, and will widely publicize this position via social media. We will further call for the publicized and safety measures such as social distancing, masking, and proper ventilation be mandatory for all. For the next story, U.S. Senators Marsha Blackburn and Republican colleagues wrote a letter to the director of the National Institute of Health seeking transparency regarding the request from Chinese researchers to have the NIA delete COVID-19 related data from the NIH Sequential Read Archive. The letter follows last week's report that the Wall Street Journal that Chinese researchers urged NIH to delete gene sequentials of early COVID-19 cases from a key specific database, and the NIH confirmed that it deleted the information after receiving a request from a Chinese researcher who had submitted the request 3 months earlier. And for my final story today, Saturday marks the end of federal unemployment benefits for thousands of currently unemployed Tennesseans. The state will opt out of the federal government's additional $300 per week and other programs that provided extra benefits beyond those generally covered by the state's unemployment insurance program. Governor Lee announced this planned switch in May, stating that, quote, families, businesses, and our economy thrive when we focus on meaningful unemployment and move from short-term federal fixes. That's it for your news break today, but for more details on the topics I covered today and for many more stories, visit our website. And while you're there, be sure to sign up for our free e-newsletter. Thanks, guys. I hope you have a wonderful Independence Day weekend. I'll see you next time.